five?
Hey,
Can I have a high five?
hey, look, we can high five, or we can clap our hands, okay, or we can
My followers just sent me this video because they're wondering, was this an appropriate way to respond? My name is Jenna Mazzillo and I'm a board-certified behavior analyst, teacher, and mom of 2 girls. These parents handled this situation really well. There's one thing that I would look out for that we're going to talk about, but let's talk about what happens when our child hits us. A lot of people think that when their toddler hits them, they need to let them know that that is not okay. And the first thing that comes to mind is discipline. And we give big reactions. Big eyes, looking shocked. You can't do that. But here's the thing. Those reactions are actually very reinforcing to our kids, because to our kids, there's nothing more valuable than the attention that we give them. And they're going to continue to engage in the behaviors that get it. And a lot of people will say to that, well, how's my child supposed to know that they're not supposed to do that? Let me ask you this. Did telling your child that they're not supposed to hit get them to stop doing that? I'm guessing it's highly unlikely. I spent the past 15 years working with a variety of students, many of who have some extreme challenging physical behaviors. And what I can confidently tell you is simply telling a child that they're not supposed to do that and only disciplining them is not an effective way to get challenging behavior to stop. And so what that parent did really well, there was no big reactions when their child hit, gave him something to do instead of hitting. Because the thing about our kids engaging in challenging behavior, we can't just get rid of it without replacing it with something else. We need to give them a more appropriate behavior that's going to serve the same exact function. It will produce the same outcome as the challenging behavior. Because if you don't give them that appropriate replacement behavior, challenging behavior is going to keep popping up because they don't have a way to get their needs met. The fact that this mom gave him a few replacement behaviors was a wonderful response. With that being said, this person's not a board-certified behavior analyst, and I don't expect anybody to know this, but with that being said, what we want to do when we're giving a replacement behavior is make sure that the replacement behavior matches the motivation, the function, the purpose of the challenging behavior. So we want to look at why our child did that, because that's going to determine the response that we teach them to do instead. So if that boy hit dad because he wanted his attention, then we would want him to say, Dad, look at me, or Dad, let's chat, or maybe tell Dad a joke. Or let's say your child just hit you because you told them no, they can't have something. Again, we don't need to provide a big reaction. We don't need to say you don't hit. In that instance, doing less is more. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but if our attention is valuable and they get a lot of it for engaging in challenging behavior, then that challenging behavior just paid off and it's going to continue happening.